Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's going to be a bit of a different video today. We always get asked how we afford to go to Florida as much as we do. Don't get me wrong, it is expensive. We do still have to pay a lot, but we do use the Virgin Atlantic credit card to help us. So I'm just going to go in a bit more detail about these cards that they offer, how we use it, how you can use it, and what the benefits are really. So before we get onto the credit cards, if you have not yet signed up to the Virgin Flying Club, then I would highly recommend do that. I'll put a link just in the bottom here. It's free to sign up the whole family. You can sign up your kids, Paige and Teddy, they've got their own account. So yeah, once you're a Flying Club member, what that means is that for any new trips that you book, once you go through the booking process, you'll be asked to enter your Flying Club number. You input that and then you can start collecting miles. These miles don't expire now. If you fly once a year, you haven't got to use them within that year period. They will just keep growing over your next future trips as well. So if we look at the Virgin Atlantic credit cards now, they do have two credit cards available. They have the Virgin Atlantic Reward credit card and then they have the Virgin Atlantic Reward Plus credit card. There's some differences between the two, so I'm just going to go through each of them individually. And then I'll tell you the one that we've got and how we use it. So the first credit card I'll talk about is the Virgin Atlantic Reward credit card. So this card doesn't have any annual fee. Every pound that you spend on the card, you get 0.75 Virgin points. They used to be called Virgin miles, by the way, but Virgin have changed it to Virgin points now. For every pound that you spend with Virgin Atlantic or Virgin Holidays, you get 1.5 Virgin points. On your very first purchase, this is the current offer that they have available at the moment. On your very first purchase, they will give you 3,000 points on your first purchase. That's even just going to buy a loaf of bread. You'll get 3,000 bonus points. With this credit card, they do have an option to earn an upgrade. There is a requirement for you to spend 20,000 in a year to get that. And you can earn that every year. After the 12 months, it resets. And then in the second year, if you spend 20,000, you'll get another reward voucher. So now if we go on to the Virgin Atlantic Reward Plus credit card, this is the one that we use. There is an annual fee of £160 for this card, which is quite a bit. So with the Reward Plus credit card, you do get 1.5 points for every pound that you spend. So any day-to-day shopping, you spend £1, you'll get 1.5 Virgin points. There is a limit on how much you can earn within a month. So for an example, if your credit limit is £10,000, you can't earn more than 10,000 miles. They do cap it at what your limit is. But you can still earn quite a lot of points every month by using the credit card. With the Reward Plus credit card, for every pound that you spend with Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Holidays, you do get 3 points. So that's quite a big difference from the original card that I just mentioned. In regards to sort of bonus points that you get on your very first purchase, again, buying a loaf of bread, they will give you 18,000 points, which is quite a lot of points. That's near enough a sort of reward seat for one person for sort of a return flight to Florida. So that's a very good offer at the moment. That is at this moment in time. The date is the 25th of April, 2024. So that may change in the future. So with this card, you do have the ability to earn an upgrade again. The difference with this one compared to the first card I spoke about is that for the Reward Plus card, you only have to spend 10,000. When I say you only have to spend, that is a hell of a lot of money instead of 20,000. So there's quite a big difference between those two. And yes, you do have to pay £160 annual fee, but you have to spend less in a year to be able to get this reward voucher. So the rewards that you can use with it, you can use a companion reward ticket. So how this works is that you can take one person with you in a reward seat. So if you're a silver or gold member, when you book the companion reward seat, it won't cost you any points. If you're a red member, when you book the companion seat, it won't cost you any points in economy, classic and premium. If it is any of the upper class seats, then you would get a 50% reduction in those points needed. You do get an upgrade voucher, which you can use to upgrade any booking by one cabin into a reward seat. For me, I think the companion reward voucher is the one that you should be using. I just think that you can take someone else with you. So if there's 4 of you in a family and you've got one of those people go free near enough. I think the reward voucher, if you're an individual, then maybe the upgrade voucher is what you'd be using. So I just want to go on to sort of how we use the card. So as I mentioned, we have the Virgin Atlantic Reward Plus credit card. So we do pay £160 a year for that. There's ways of using it. For us, whatever we spend on a monthly basis, we will put on the credit card. Yes, I don't like credit cards. I don't like having balances on credit cards. So we use Starling as our day-to-day banking, which has spaces. So we have a space called credit card. And what we do is, if we was to go Sainsbury's now and go and spend £100 on shopping, we would then move £100 from our money into that space, and then we'll settle that every single month. So the Virgin Atlantic card that we have, when we get our statement, we settle it and there's no balance on there. Obviously, you don't get no interest free on these sort of cards. So yeah, for us, we don't want to be paying no interest on it. So we settle this every single month. How we use it and how we get the most out of it is that, as I said, all our spending throughout the month, we put on the credit card. That could be me traveling to work on the train, petrol, food shopping, going out for days out, just anything really. Even my gas and electric, like we're on a smart meter, so I don't pay direct debit, I pay on bill and I use my credit card to pay it. Again, I move the money once I've paid it into the space and then we settle it every month. But yeah, anything that we spend on a monthly basis will go on the credit card. Obviously, if you've got a spending limit on there, credit limit that you don't have that much, then you may need to sort of pay that off quicker instead of waiting until the end of the month. Another way that we make full use of it is that we use the sort of Tesco club card. So if you shop in Tesco's, so for every club card point that you have, it's the equivalent to 2 Virgin points. So again, if we go into Tesco's and go shopping, we'll use the Virgin Atlantic credit card for our shopping. So we'll gain points through that. And then we'll also gain them with our club card as well. So you're sort of getting near enough 4 points, I would say, for every pound that you spend when shopping in Tesco's. You don't get as much on the fuel. I'm not sure how much on the fuel you get. But if you're just doing your normal shopping, you could get up to 4 points for every pound. So if you spend £100 in there, it's 400 points just for that one transaction. So yeah, I would highly recommend linking your Virgin Flying Club account to your Tesco Club Card account. I think it's every 3 months they sort of convert them into Virgin points for you, but I think you can do it sooner as well. So another way that we make use of the Flying Club is that Virgin have something called Virgin Red. So it's kind of like all the shops and everything are on there. You sign up, you log in, and it's linked to your Flying Club. So for an example, like a couple of years ago, I purchased a new MacBook at Apple. I went through Virgin Red, went to Apple. They have a link there. You click on that link and it'll track your sort of transactions into Apple. I bought a MacBook Pro from there a couple of years ago, and the laptop was around 2,000, I think. But because I went through that link and bought it through that, I ended up getting 6,000 airmiles, or Virgin points should we call it now. If you're buying stuff on a monthly basis, they've got so many shops on there. I'm just having a look in front of me now. So they've got Samsung, they've got Halfords, they've got JD, B&Q, Lego, eBay, Domino's, Adidas. So many options on there. So whatever you are buying, if you're buying it online, I would highly recommend going to Virgin Red, logging in and going through there to make your purchases, because you will get a lot of points by doing that. I don't think there's any limit either, not that I've sort of come across, but yeah, just as that example there, I bought a MacBook, it was about £2,000. I went through Virgin Red, you get 3 points for every pound that you spend at Apple. So obviously it was 2,000, I got triple that, so I got 6,000 points just by making one transaction through Virgin Red. I just want to go through how we've used the card for our upcoming trips for this year. So we are going back to Florida in May and again in August. So I'll start with our August one. So we've had the credit card for about 2 years now. And during those 2 years, yes, we have spent sort of our 10,000 within that year. So we had 2 reward vouchers. So for August, 2 of us travelled free and the other 2 we bought through the point system. So I think in the end, we ended up paying, I think it was about £1,200 or £1,300 for flights for the four of us to go to Florida in August during half term, which was a massive saving. Once I booked it, I went onto Virgin Atlantic website to look at the cost of flights without using miles, and it was over £5,000 for four of us. So we saved about £4,000 by using the Virgin miles, points, credit card, the reward voucher, all that. So yeah, if you can spend, the one point I would make is that try and spend that $10,000 within that year if you do have the Plus credit card, because you get those reward vouchers, and they save you a lot of money when booking flights for the future. So for our May trip, it was a bit different. So Virgin had an offer on that was giving 50% off reward seats between March and the end of June, I think it was. We already had 27,000 Virgin points, but we needed 50,000. So during that same period, Virgin also had another offer on that they were giving you a bonus top up if you purchase points through them. So you can just go to your Flying Club account and buy points as well throughout the year. But I would highly recommend waiting until they send an email out where they give you a bonus for doing that. And they can give you up to like 70% bonus if you buy a lot of points. But for us, during this time, we needed 50,000. We had 17,000. I had to go and buy 19,000 points, I think it was. But they also gave me an additional 4,800 bonus points, which got me to the 23,000 that we needed to purchase the 50,000 points. I went to Virgin and bought 19,000 points, but because of the bonus that they had on, they gave me an additional 4,800 points. So that gave us the 50,000 that we needed. For me buying those extra points, it did cost me £360 for those points. But in total, for the four of us for our May flights, we had to pay the taxes on the flights, which was £944, and then the £360 on top of that. So it was about £1,300 for four of us, again for flights in May for 2 weeks, which is a massive saving compared to sort of booking it directly with Virgin. Obviously, if you're booking a package holiday, it's different. For us, we like to do it sort of a bit of a DIY, should we call it, where we book our flight separately using Virgin, and then we'll go and do our accommodation. If we do stay in a hotel, we'll do that through maybe Virgin Holidays again, use a Virgin credit card, you get more points through that, or we'll just go to a booking site and book a hotel through there, or a villa, as we are doing in May. So yeah, I think that's going to end this video. I hope that has helped people sort of understand the credit card a bit more. If you do have questions, then please do reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, or leave a comment in the video. I'll be sure to reply. The only suggestion that I would make is that if you can get the credit card, I would do it. If you are frequent travelers to Florida, then use it, and just use it for your day-to-day spending. But just make sure that you do settle it every month. You don't want to be paying the interest that they charge on it. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do give us a big thumbs up, and we will see you very soon. Bye bye.